honest with you, I knew very little, if anything, about prostate and prostate cancer at the time I was diagnosed. So I guess my initial reaction after being told was really to start thinking of, okay, let me find out a bit more about this.
I needed to know the facts myself. Now, not everybody's like that. Some people accept what the first doctor tells them, and they go ahead with whatever that doctor recommends. That's just not me.
In order for someone to make a good decision with what I do during the day, they need good information. So I needed more information, and I chose not to be too afraid during the diagnosis process, because I knew I was going to receive more information, and I didn't know what stage I was in. So until I knew what stage, then I would be appropriately emotional.
I deal with the uncertainty by just trying to be strong and trying not to dwell on you know, this thing of prostate cancer that came into my life.
I'm not one to scour down and pull back because of uncertainty. I try to find, okay, what are the pros, what's the probability of X, Y, or Z happening? And
I don't want to focus too much on it because, I mean, life's to be lived. And I may have prostate cancer, but I can still get, you know, in a car accident and mangled like anybody else.
I try to eliminate it. I try to research what I'm uncertain about. I try to get facts around the particular situation that I'm dealing with, and then try to eliminate as much of the uncertainty as I can. Typical engineer.
The other things that made me feel better was just the support, you know, from the people I'm closest to. You know, just in talking with them, you know, they're all encouraging me and telling me, you know, they knew I could beat it and you know, go get them, you know, kind of thing, right? So that helped. That means a lot.
Well, the first person I told, and in fact I didn't actually have to tell, was my wife. She was actually in the room with me when I received the diagnosis from the urologist oncologist. And so having her there to at least, you know, hold my hand or give me a pat on the shoulder, that was really a big moment in my life.
And actually, the prostate support group was one of the best. That's how I ended up at Credit Valley. Was I called the number for the Oakville, Mississauga prostate support group line, and I was had a great chat with the moderator at that time, and he sent me off to see the urologist in Credit Valley.
And I'm telling you, that was very helpful in, you know, having the support group tell me what to expect.
But I didn't want to, you know, sort of go alarming people that were closest to me. So basically, I phoned my kids, and of course my girlfriend at the time, and I told them, but I told them in a you know, with as much of an upbeat, positive attitude as I could.
We had a little family council and said, okay guys, you know, Dad's got a problem, here it is, and here's what we're going to do about it. And from that moment on, both my son and daughter were extraordinarily supportive, and both emotionally and physically, in terms of, you know, sending me funny cards and, you know, getting me a T-shirt that said life's good, the glass is half full, that sort of thing. And, you know, they just kept doing little things to buoy my spirits up.
The church that I attend and also work, so there was a spiritual community there, but also more or less the church community, I guess, more than anything. Plus also some very close friends. They were the ones that actually helped me the most.
Telling my wife about the diagnosis, and my kids were younger, so what could I tell them? I didn't want to scare them. I didn't want them to walk around me with eggshells. So they were younger, so I used my employee assistance program at work to talk to a counselor to get an idea of how much information I should give to the children, and also that my wife, she's going to be a soldier, she's going to support me, but she's also feeling things, and to give her options. So Wellspring for her as well. So she had an option if she wanted to speak to somebody. I gave her those resources. She had also the employee assistance program. So I wanted to know how to deal with that. And I kind of did that in the first 24 hours of diagnosis. I moved really fast, and Wellspring was really responsive.
I started telling my colleagues at work and clients and anybody else who would listen, complete strangers in some cases, kept telling them about it because it was somewhat purgative for me. It was getting something off my chest that I could have simply internalized and kept totally close to myself, or well, make it my own problem totally. I started that process about probably 3 or 4 days after I was diagnosed. First of all, I went around every male I met, whether I knew them well or didn't know them well, told them, I don't care how old you are, get your PSA done so you have a base level. If you're not getting it done, get it done. If you don't go for an annual physical, do it. As unpleasant as a DRE may seem to be, it's a hell of a lot less unpleasant than finding out you've got cancer.